Hello there, good morning. Sorry, good evening. Mr. David, Jimmy,
Good evening, teacher.
how are you?
Fine, thank you, teacher. Good evening, teacher.
You are right now in Bogota. Where are you right now?
I am in Bogota, yes.
Okay, and how is the weather there right now?
It's raining, teacher. Raining. All day is raining.
Okay.
All day,
So
yes.
it's cold.
Yes, it's cold.
Okay, and Jimmy.
Hello, teacher. Good evening.
Hello, Jimmy. What's new? Jimmy, could you tell me what kind of music do you listen?
Yes, teacher. I can hear you very well.
What kind of music do you used to listen? What kind of music?
Music. Rock and pop music, teacher. I like rock
Rock
and
and
pop
blues.
music.
What is your favorite band or your favorite singer?
Singer. Different singers. I don't remember in this moment, but Héroes del Silencio in Spanish, baladas in English, Coldplay, the Beatles, in English. Others.
Okay, and have you listened to Angels of Hell?
No, teacher, don't listen. I don't haven't listened.
You have not listened that band. It's from Spain.
In Spain. In Spain, yes, in Spain, and some songs in English or others.
Ángeles del Infierno.
Ángeles del Infierno. Yes. Eh,
Okay, very good. Thank you. Let's go with. Can you hear me very well right now? I think that most of the session we have the same problem, the same.
don't worry, teacher.
Santos, can you hear me?
Good evening.
Good evening, Jose. How are you doing?
Okay, everything is okay, teacher.
Okay. And what kind of music do you listen, Jose Santos?
Thank you so much. Romantic music. And that in English, I like because very soft, tenderly. So
I didn't hear the band or the singer you said.
the Beatles. I like the Beatles, teacher.
Ah, okay, the Beatles. Anna,
For example,
hello there.
Hey, teacher.
Lady Joanna, how you doing?
Yes, teacher.
How was your day? Will you tell me what do you do for a living, Lady Joanna? What is your job? What is your profession? What do you do for a living? Okay, Lady Joanna doesn't want to speak right now. She's busy. Now I'm seeing Miguel. Hello, Miguel.
Okay, teacher, tell me.
Good evening. How are you, Miguel?
Okay, fine. Thank you, teacher. And you?
Okay, Miguel. I'm very good. I'm very well, thank you. And where do you live at the moment?
Popayan, teacher.
Okay, you live in Popeye. Great. Before we start the session, I would like to tell you, never say in English in this moment.
I don't listen very
Okay.
clear, teacher, for interchange their communications.
Okay, let me see what's wrong.
Teacher,
Christian, can you hear me well?
is possible to remember the question?
Yes, teacher, I can hear you very good.
Okay. Miguel, no, I want to know that never say in English in the right way is at the moment. Okay.
Teacher, the communication is interchange. No, listen very good the question.
Okay, you cannot hear me very well. Maybe something is wrong with your computer. I don't know. I can see that Christian, Jose Santo, Lady Joanna, and Jimmy, they can hear me very well. Maybe you're the only one.
I hear you very well.
Maybe you're the only one here, Miguel. Check your computer, check your
Yeah.
sound,
A moment, teacher.
the sound of your computer.
A moment, teacher, for please.
Okay.
The configuration. Okay, so
Today's topic is relative clauses. I made a mistake in the chat. I thought that it was about conditionals, and then I went to YouTube. I saw the video we did before the session, and I realized that we study conditionals. So the topic will be about relative clauses. Relative clauses. Okay, a clause, what is called in Spanish, a cláusula is something that was invented, by these people that study the languages. And clauses is like a phrase, it's not properly a sentence, it's a phrase, maybe divided by a preposition, or maybe it's divided by a comma. There are two phrases or two clauses. And we studied for instance, for the conditionals. And now for the relative clauses, we will talk about relative pronouns. The pronouns that say in English, like who, what, where, when, whom, to whom, and which one, how. Those relative pronouns, we studied, or maybe we review tonight, how to use them properly. I know that you know this topic. Maybe it's like maybe a review to understand a little bit better that topic. It's very easy, and I'm going to share my screen. I expect the other participants will be here. All right, relative clauses. Let's begin with Christian David. Christian David, are you ready to read?
Yes, teacher, I am ready.
Okay, here the protagonist learning process. So that's the reason that I that everyone read so I can hear how you pronounce and the mistakes you make. And relative clauses. Okay, here we go. Okay, Christian.
Okay, teacher. Relative clause.
Clauses.
Relative clause. Yes. A defined or undefined clause tells us which specific person or thing we are talking about in a larger group of people or things. Meaning, defining.
If a defining.
By defining relative clause is removed, the meaning of the sentence changes significantly. A defining relative clause is now separated from the rest of the sentence by commas.
Yes.
Commas or
parentheses.
Parentheses. Example, yes.
Yes.
The woman who visited me in the hospital was very kind.
Kind.
Kind. Okay. The woman who visited me in the hospital was very kind. The umbrella that I bought last week is already broken. The man who stole my backpack has been arrested. The weather that we had this summer was beautiful.
Okay, so here the relative clauses. We are talking about people, talking about things. And here it says defining relative clause. Defining relative clause is when it gives more information.
Not information. Yes.
Here the woman who visited me in this hospital was very kind. You can see here that the pronoun is who. You know that in Spanish we used to say like que, you know. For instance, la mujer que me visitó en el hospital, right? In English, we said who because we're talking about a person. And sometimes in the spoken English, we will see it later, people used to speak with who or that. That is like, it's kind of not very good, very correct. So the correct way is the woman who visited me in the hospital. We're talking about a thing, about an object, and the pronoun is that. The umbrella that is very broken. The next example is the man who stole my backpack. It's the same, the man, the woman who. And the last example, the weather that. Here that is a reference to the weather, to that thing. Okay, any questions?
No, teacher, for me, no question.
Okay.
It's clear.
Teacher, a question.
It's different. Teacher,
Yes.
it's different when we use this relative clause, for example, who, whose, how. It's different when we use, for example, W question.
WH questions.
It's different. Because
No,
we are using.
Yes.
This this relative clause not at the first. This difference. Any person.
Right, it's basically the same when you say those relative pronouns in question. It's called WH question in that way. When you say who visited me, the woman who visited me in the hospital was really kind. It has the same meaning. It doesn't change. Okay. Jimmy, what's your question?
We can use the which relative word, teacher, which.
Okay, which for umbrella. Is that what you mean?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, maybe which is when you choose thing, maybe a color, when you choose a t-shirt, a clothes. Let me give an example like maybe the t-shirt which I bought last week. Or you know that the umbrella maybe is only one umbrella in when you have different kinds, different colors, you say which.
Okay, thank you, teacher. Understand.
Okay, okay, great. Now let's go to the next slide. And who's next? Jose Santo?
Okay, relative clauses. Relative clauses. Children who hate chocolate. They live in a house is full of holes. That lives in. Let's go to a country where the sun shines. The reason why I can here today is important.
Okay. Please, Jimmy, could you read the same sentences?
Okay, teacher.
Relative clauses, the same examples.
One.
You read?
I can hear you.
Jimmy?
Yes, teacher, I'm here.
Okay, read the sentences, please, the examples.
Examples. Children who hate uncommon. They live in a house whose roof is full of holes. An elephant is an animal that lives in hot countries. Let's go to a country where the sun always shines. The season why I came here today is not important.
Okay, very, very good. Non-defining clauses. Let me see who came here. Luis Arturo. Okay, hello, Luis Arturo. Thank you for being here in this session. You have the same problem. I can hear you. Maybe you should change. Maybe you should use the computer. I bet that you're using the same computer. Something is wrong with the computer. I don't know. Okay, Miguel. Miguel, may you turn off your microphone, please?
Okay, teacher.
No, sorry, Miguel, no. Luis Arturo. Oh, Luis Arturo. I will do it by myself. Thanos said in the Avengers, I will do it myself. Okay. I will do it myself.
Okay.
All right, now it's gonna see non-defining clauses. clause. Who's next? Miguel,
Okay.
may you read, please?
Non-defining clauses. A non-defining or non-essential clause give us more information about of the person or thing we are talking about. If a non-defining relative clause is removed from a sentence, we lose some in detail, but the overall meaning of the sentence remains the same. Non-defining relative clauses are always defining relative clauses are always set off from the rest of the sentence with commands or parentheses. The farmer whose name was fair sold us 10 pounds of potatoes. Elephants, which are the largest mammals, live in herds of 10 or more adults. The author who weren't from the same university, I did give a wonderful presentation. My mother, who is 86, lives in Paris.
Okay, very good. Please, I'm going to turn on your microphone.
Okay, something. Okay, the microphone is very good.
Peace.
The sound is very good.
Okay, peace. Here you can see here, no defining clauses. It change what you trying to say. Okay, it gives more information about the person, but it doesn't change the meaning of that information. It remains the same. Right, like the farmer sold us 10 pounds of potatoes. It remains the same. You are adding or you're giving more information. So this is called non-defining clauses. Here, elephants, which are the largest land mammals. Here I'm talking about mammals. You know that there are different kind of animals that they are mammals. So they here use which, right? Which.
Okay.
And I suppose that you know the meaning of whose name was Fred. And I think that the other example is very good for you. I know that you can understand it without any problem. The author who graduated from the same university. We're talking about that author and mother who is 86. Give it more information. And let's gonna see when you replace with that in the spoken English.
I teacher.
Christian David, go ahead, please. Christian.
No teacher. I don't know question. I don't have questions.
Zuleika is here. Hello, Zuleika. Zuleika, are you there? Can you hear me? Hello there. Zuleika.
Hi, teacher.
Hello, you late tonight. What happened?
Teacher, my connection is bad today, teacher.
Oh, but I can hear you wonderful.
Teacher.
I can hear you very well. Excellent. Zuleika, please. I would like to.
My connection is bad today, teacher.
I don't know. Maybe for you it's very bad, but for me it's. Don't worry. Please I can hear you very well, and I know that everybody in this room can hear you very well. It for us. Let me give you an overview while we were talking about the topic. So, like the topic tonight is about relative clauses, and we are talking about. Needed. Okay, here we're talking about relative pronouns. So, like you can see here who,
Yes.
where, why. These relative pronouns is what you say for questions like who are you? How old are you? How, where, when, which, what, why. But we are not using this direct question, we're using them for pronouns. You know that in Spanish, you know the national anthem of Colombia. There is a part that says el que murió en la cruz. Pum, pum, pum. Okay. When you say the que murió en la cruz in English, you cannot say there what. Right? Here, for instance, the woman who visits me. You cannot say the woman what visits me. Right? You have to be very careful there because when you take the exam, this is called the Saber Pro exam, the English session, you know that you will be evaluated, you will be assessed in grammar. Careful there. It's very common in those tests to assess you with this kind of grammar, with relative pronouns, with preposition, with irregular verbs, past simple, and all those kind of grammar that it give you headache most of the time. The woman who visits me, right? Zuleika? Did you get it? Could you please tell me what I just said about? Like, could you please explain? Can you explain what I just said?
Teacher.
Explain me what I have just said.
I explain for you.
Yes.
You, where, what, why.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, teacher. Here is question for he, who, they, where is question place. The
For reason.
yes, teacher. What for question?
For things.
I don't remember. Teacher.
Okay. So, like,
What? Why?
may you translate the first example in Spanish? The woman who visited me in the hospital was very kind. In Spanish.
La mujer quien me visitó en el hospital fue muy
amable.
No sé qué es quien, teacher.
Kind amable.
Kind.
La mujer. Kind.
Mm-hmm.
Amable.
Kind.
La mujer quien...
Okay, this particular word, kind, is so common. You may hear people saying kind of. Do you like hamburgers? Kind of. Do you like English? Kind of. Kind of is like so. Kind of. Kind is like type. What kind of music do you listen? What kind of people? What kind? And kind also is like an adjective. It's like you're very kind. She's very kind. Wow, kind. Here you know that in Spanish I can say la mujer que me visitó en el hospital era muy amable. You know that que is who in English. Okay?
No es quién.
No es quién.
Yes.
Ay, teacher.
Es
Pero
quién.
solo en una frase así, una
Yes.
estructura así se utiliza.
No, you know that
¿Qué?
you don't say quién in Spanish. You say la mujer que. O then el hombre que me robó.
Okay.
You don't say el hombre quien me robó. Maybe you might say it doesn't sound bad, but you know that most people say el hombre que me robó.
Okay, teacher.
In English, you say who. I gave the example with the National Anthem of Colombia. Comprende las palabras del que murió en la cruz. Understand the words of who
died.
Or who died in the cross. Zuleika, please, could you read these examples?
¿En Spanish o English, teacher?
In English.
Children who chocolate or
Chocolate.
are uncommon.
Yes. Children who hate chocolate.
Chocolate are uncommon.
Zuleika, do you like chocolate, Zuleika?
Tell me, teacher.
Do you like chocolate?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. The next example, please.
They
live
in a house roof is full holes.
Yes.
An elephant is animal that live in hot countries.
Lives. The lives.
Lives in hot countries.
Okay.
Let's go to a country where the sun always shines. Shines or shines?
Shines.
The reason why I come here today is not important.
Okay, very good. And here the non-defining clauses is a clause that give more information, but it doesn't change the meaning or what you're trying to say. It doesn't matter if you remove that sentence from there. It doesn't matter. Here the farmer sold us 10 pounds of potatoes. It's giving more information. The farmer whose name was Fred, you know whose in Spanish like cuyo nombre was Fred. The elephants, which are the largest land mammals. Here, Jimmy asked me if I can say, or what's the difference between that and which. Which is said when we're talking about maybe kinds, different kinds. It's like a group. when you talk about colors, when you have to choose, when you are different about, you're talking about different groups, different things. So here, which elephants, which, why? Because it's about mammals, and you know that there are many kinds of mammals in the world, but they are talking about elephants. So like here is elephants, just the mammals. Now replacing with that in spoken English. So like go ahead, please. Like
Tell me, teacher.
read it for please.
Sí,
Okay. The pronouns
dígame.
who, on,
Ujú.
and which are often
¿Qué
replaced
fue?
by the spoken English. Who is very formal
Adriana,
and is
¿qué
only
es que me
used,
dice?
and right
Escríbame
can
cualquiera.
use who or the
Ujú.
instead the pronoun completely.
Muñoz Cerón.
Examples
I cannot
belong.
hear very well. So like the pronouns who, whom, and which. The pronouns who, whom, and which.
Okay, are replaced by the in English. Who is very formal and is only used in writing English.
Written.
Who
Written.
written. Okay, teacher. Who or the instead or omit the pronoun complete. Please belong the common
Usage.
usage. Even with the defining relative
Close.
highness,
Close. Relative close.
highlight,
Highlighted.
highlight the pronoun that will be used in more formal written English instead of the is given of the dish that I ordered was delicious. The man that come with her has already left. The doctor that I was hoping to see was on that duty.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here's basically talking about spoken English. You know that when we speak, when we usually speak, most of the time we are not focusing on grammar. You know that if you speak grammatically very well, you will sound probably like a book. You know that when people speak, they make mistakes. They short the words. There are a lot of idioms. And here is saying that in spoken English, they say that instead of which or who or whom. Whom is very formal, so formal. Maybe in the Bible, in that book, you can find it probably in poems, you will find it with Shakespeare, you will find whom in maybe in England. It's so formal and most people don't say whom. They use who. And they say that in spoken English instead of which or whom. Okay, any questions so far?
No, teacher.
No, teacher.
It's clear.
Okay, let's go to the next slide. Other uses of that. Christian, please. Your turn.
Okay, teacher. Other uses of that. That is often used to introduce defining relative clauses when they follow the word something, anything, everything, nothing, or as superlative. It may be omitted when it's not the subject of the clause. Examples. There are something that you should know. It was the best film that I've ever seen. Do you have anything that we held my throat? It seems silly to me. What is silly, teacher? Silly?
Silly is like crazy, silly, tonto.
Okay. Next. Nothing that anyone does can replace my lost bag. I'm sorry, but that is all that I saw.
Okay, that is not necessary. And here we have the problem because in Spanish we used to say that many times. And here the first example, there's something that you should know, or there's something you should know. You know, when you say there's something you should know, it sounds like more natural, like a spoken English. There's something you should know. Most people used to omit that when people speak, and it doesn't change the meaning of what you're saying. You know, in Spanish, hay algo que te tengo que decir. You know that most of the time we say que, la mejor película que he visto, todo lo que, most of the time, and
Teacher,
sometimes it's not necessary in English. Right? Yes, go ahead.
teacher, I have a question. Omit the tab in this rule that don't use that is speaking and written.
Maybe when you write, it would be necessary to say that. It sounds like more formal, a little bit more formal. And when you don't say that, it sounds more informal. Okay. Do you understand me? All right.
Okay, teacher.
We finished the relative clauses.
Teacher,
Yes.
is possible to send me the slide here?
Who's talking?
Teacher,
Yes. Who's talking right now? Who is talking?
Miguel Ángel.
Miguel Ángel.
Miguel, ok, teacher, ¿nos puede regalar las diapositivas?
Okay, yes, I can. Of course. Now in the chat, you're going to write sentences with this relative form, with who, but, where, which, why, whose, that, and when, and did I miss anything? How.
Why? Okay.
Where were you?
Okay.
Christian, please give an example with who.
Who? Yes. My mother. My mother, who cooked cake, visited yesterday.
Okay, visited you yesterday.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, my mother who came yesterday visited me yesterday. Oh, my mother who came who cooked the dinner visited me yesterday. Okay, very good. My mother
Yes.
who cooked cake visited me
Visited
yesterday.
me.
Okay.
Okay.
Jimmy, an example with what?
Okay, teacher. The car what I bought the last month.
The car what I bought last month. Or maybe the car which.
Which the
Yeah,
car
which or that.
or that. I don't know what. Okay, teacher. The car which I
Maybe what you can say that's. Let me give an example. That's what I want.
with that teacher.
That's what I want to study. What?
Mm, sorry,
Or
teacher.
that. Or that's
Okay.
what.
That's what I want to study.
Or that's what I wanted to say. You see, that's what I
Okay.
wanted to say.
Okay, teacher. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Jimmy. Jose Santos. Thank you, Jimmy.
Yes,
Give an
teacher.
example, please, Jimmy. Sorry, Jose Santos, where?
Okay. The place was today. The place
Yes.
today.
Can you say that again, please, Jose Santos? Repeat, please.
Where is the man? The man or the man? Oh,
Okay, where is the man? That's a question. But don't give me a question. Give me a sentence.
the board in the street. The board the boards were in the street.
The boss.
Were in the street.
Could you type, please, that sentence in the chat? Okay, the place where I was born.
Of the place. The place
Is
where
I was born is beautiful.
are the place where of the house.
Okay. I will give you my own example. That's the house where I was brought up. Esa es la
That
casa
house.
donde me crié.
Okay, that house. Grew up.
Okay, where I grew up. Okay, great.
Where? Yes, we're up. We're up.
Lady Joanna, are you there? Thank you, Jose. Luis Arturo, did you fix your microphone? No. The same is the same. Luis Arturo, I will have to turn on your microphone again. I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on with your microphone. Miguel,
Tell me, teacher.
give me please an example with which.
Okay, teacher. The man which
There is the man who.
perdón, teacher.
Don't worry.
No. The car which, teacher.
Yes.
The car which, okay.
The car.
Which in no, okay, teacher. The car in which
Yes.
I go, I went, and I went, is of my father.
Okay.
The car in which when is of my father.
The car which. Okay.
Yes,
Is my father's. My father's.
fathers. Okay, teacher.
Okay. Zuleika,
Tell me, teacher.
why? Give an example with why.
Okay. My mother was the supermarket. Why she prepared of the dinner.
Say that again, please. My mother.
My mother.
Yes.
My marker. She.
My mother who was in the market.
She go to pay of the diner.
Okay, she went to prepare. She went to cook dinner. Cook dinner. She went to cook dinner. Zulaika?
Why, teacher? Why she could of
Dinner.
dinner.
Why did she cook dinner? No, don't give me a question. Give me a sentence. I'm gonna give you my own example with why. Maybe I don't know why he was acting so bad.
In
I don't know
in
why he was
in
behaving.
in question, no, teacher. Why?
No.
Okay. For example, why
But
to
this is why I came for. Are you listening to this song from Rihanna? Baby, this is why I came for.
No, teacher.
Okay. Why? I give you my own example. I don't know why he was behaving so bad. I don't know. I don't know why he was behaving so bad. Oh, this is what oh, the reason why I am here is to learn. The reason why I am here is to learning.
Teacher, the reason why I the party.
Okay. Okay, Christian, this morning, this is why I came.
The reason of the why do you have?
The reason of the why do you have? No, I don't understand what you mean.
Yeah.
Could you tell me in Spanish? What do you mean in Spanish? Miguel, could you tell me in Spanish? In Spanish, Miguel.
La razón del por qué tú la tienes.
Okay.
The reason of the why do you have?
This is the reason why you're right.
It's only half only the interrogation sign. The reason is the reason do you have admiration sign in Spanish?
This is the reason why you're right. Esta es la razón por la que tú tienes razón. Okay, Miguel. And Christian, could you please push? Give me an example with push.
Who's? Yes. So maybe. Okay. Well. Okay. Teresa, whose son is young, came here today. I want to write it.
Okay.
Sentence.
Yes. Teresa, whose son is young, come here today.
May I sentence with
Hey.
whose?
Teresa, whose son is young, came here today.
Very good. Yes. Right.
Teacher, this sentence.
Okay, Jimmy.
Colombia. Colombia was culture is diverse, has the best desires or feeling of peace. Desires or feelings.
Okay. Type, please. Say that again, please. Colombia
Was culture is diverse, has the best desires of peace. Or
had the best. What do you say?
Teacher, I have a sentence.
Okay. Jose Santos, I'm waiting.
Yes. Do you know the girl is a carpenter?
No, the girl.
Girl, whose father carpenter.
Okay.
Okay. Another one. I want to know who black. I want to know the boy.
Okay, very good.
Whose black jacket?
Okay. Very good, Jose Santos. Please, Jose Santos, could you read these examples?
Because travel time. Someone who sings musical. It was me who wrote the letter. I don't see any more, teacher.
What I need? What I need?
Okay, it was me who. What I
What I need?
Okay, what I need is a holiday.
Yes. Now the activities.
Screen.
You're going to complete the phrases with whose, that,
Okay.
or which. The first one, Jose Santos.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, go ahead. I know someone.
I know someone. I know.
Yes.
I know. I have to complete.
Yeah, you have to complete with one of these phrases. You can see the phrases above. Business is also a continent. Was on the forecast. The weather gets younger every. These phrases with a relative pronoun. Who, that, in which.
Yeah. Okay. I know someone was uh okay who was to me.
No, I know someone who.
Needs to me in. Earlier, I know someone. I know someone
Yes.
who live next.
No, you know that wedding is it's a ceremony when a couple get married. Not a wedding.
Know someone. Teacher, I had to complete the sentence.
Synced at.
Yes, right.
Is the
I know
event
someone
of
who sings at weddings. Very good. Next is Miguel,
Okay, teacher.
the second.
Um, where is the 10 euro bill? What is the meaning of bill, teacher?
Bill, you
Euro
know
bill.
Bill, you know that Juan Manuel Santos made new bills for our country. Billetes, bill.
Where is the euro bill? Which, teacher?
Yes.
Okay.
Which the phrase
Is on top.
Is on top.
For the skate, for the skate, teacher? For the skate, the weather.
which was
What's on the table?
the table. Suleika, the third. The man Suleika, the man
And, mm,
the man
the man
yes.
who younger every day is my grandfather.
The man, repeat please.
Who gets younger every day is my grandfather.
No.
No,
Mm-mm.
Painted.
Christian David, do you know the answer, Christian?
The man who painted this masterpiece is my grandfather, Pablo Picasso.
Yes. The man who painted these masterpieces
okay.
is my grandfather, Pablo Picasso. Suleika, the fourth. Try
The
again.
the cheese
Cheese.
which is also continent. Trajan is mine.
The cheese, which is also a continent. No.
That.
The
No.
cheese.
Okay, no.
The cheese that.
I confused.
Okay.
It
The cheese
is,
that. The cheese that was, or the cheese that is. The cheese that is on the top shelf in the fridge is mine. Suleika, the fifth. A meteorologist is someone. A meteorologist is someone.
okay. A meteorologist is one forecast the weather.
Okay, is someone who forecasts the weather. Okay, Allah, very good. Jimmy, the seventh, Australia.
Okay.
Australia is the
Australia
only
is
country.
Australia is
the only country that is also a continent.
okay, right. Australia is the only country that is also on a continent. The eighth, Jimmy.
The couple who
The couple.
next door, the couple who live next always.
Okay, the couple who
live next always fight.
yes, who live next door. Always fighting. Okay. Jose Santos, the girl.
Okay.
Teacher, is who or that in the eighth sentence?
Who? Because the couple, two people. There are
Okay.
two people, couple.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. The girl who was the class is a bailarina.
The girl who sits next to me in the class or next to me in class,
Is a family.
a famous ballerina. Okay, the 10th, Jose Santos.
Teacher, the film tells the story who was
Who or
the film
okay,
tells
okay.
story
The
about
film tells the story
man
about man.
Wasn't the fire?
Who gets younger every day.
Gotcha. Yes. Okay, the film tells the story about a man who was the story every day.
Right? I just wanna see. Let's go with who's next? Miguel.
Okay, teacher,
You're going to choose the right sentence. Who is the correct one? Sorry, which is the correct one?
Okay, teacher.
I'm
Okay,
reading
I
a
read
book
the teacher.
by James.
The first is C. I'm reading a book which was written
Right.
by James Joyce.
Okay, written. Right.
Okay, written.
Okay, yes. Zuleika. The second. What's the correct? Zuleika.
The second teacher,
Yes.
I can participate.
Yeah, you can participate. Who's talking? Who's there?
Luis Arturo.
Oh, Luis Arturo. At last.
The
Did it.
right sentence is, that is the guy that I was telling you about him.
That's the guy that I was telling you about.
For me, it's the sentence. Teacher,
I think
that
that
change
A is correct.
the first one.
The A. That's the guy I was telling you about.
Yes, I think that the right one is the first one. That's the guy I was telling you about. That's the guy that I was telling you about him. It sounds weird, him. I don't know why. Sounds strange. Third. Yes.
The third is people who cut hair are hairstylists.
Okay, so the answer is B. B or A?
Maybe people.
Okay, people who cut hair are hairstylists.
Hairstylists.
Okay, right.
Correct or
And
incorrect?
it's correct. Now the fourth.
5.
Okay, for me, teacher. The
Fourth. Wait.
woman
Okay.
who's that's the woman
That's the woman.
sang the solo.
Okay, what is the right answer?
Yeah.
sí.
That's the woman who child sang.
Okay. The answer is
Sí.
A.
Sí.
Okay, C.
Solo.
Okay. Solo, you know, solo is when someone sings alone or when someone plays the guitar, a solo.
Okay.
A solo, a guitar, when you perform the guitar, or maybe the violin, or when you sing. And the next is Luis. I would like you to participate more. Tell me here the right relative pronoun.
Uh, indicate yes or no. In this part, where I have to.
You have to tell me it is obligatory or not.
Yes, the people that eat, they're almost pensioners.
Yes.
That in the first sentence, that is obligatory.
Yeah, right.
My niece and nephew, who live in Beckton, are coming to visit. Yes, that sentence is right too. Do you
Yes.
know anything about the book that I am reading? Do you know anything about the book that I am? Yes, that is right. Do you know anything about the book that I am reading? That is correct. That is the book which I need to read.
Okay,
Right.
maybe the 7 and the 8, they are not obligatory. Do you know anything about the book I'm reading? It's not obligatory that there. And the 8, that's the book I need to read. It's not obligatory.
It's not obligatory.
Yes, it's not obligatory. And now it's gonna see here. Let's going to finish right now. Here we're done. Okay, students, I expect you have learned a lot tonight. Any questions
Okay, that
to
was
finish this lesson?
it was exciting. First, I
Teacher,
like it so much.
The lesson is easy. The only that I need is practice.
okay.
Right, you're right. We need to practice. You need to practice. We have to get used to the English. We have. I always say the same. We have to listen and watch videos a lot.
Actually,
It's the only way we can be familiar with this language. And you know that when we speak, sometimes we are thinking about grammar, about rules, and that's not the right way. So try to forget the rules in English. Like, did I make a mistake? Did I say it right? The perfect way to speak is forgetting the rules. You know what? When we speak in Spanish, we are not thinking about rules. Okay, did I say it wrong? Uh, I was right. I was right. So try to forget the rules in English. But you need to get familiar with the language. You need to watch. You need to listen. You need to speak. Everything you have. Facebook. If you are on Facebook all the time, try to find groups in English. If you are in WhatsApp most of the time, try to find groups in English that they speak English. If you like to read the Bible, if you are very religious, try to find all the information in English. If you like movies, if you like to watch movies, try to watch movies with subtitles in English. That's the best way. What you like to do, try to do it. Okay, so maybe see you next week. Any questions, right, Santos?
the problem is that many times in Spanish, it's exactly in the same way in English. For example, uh, that is not necessary in many sentences, and we in Spanish, for example, me gusta que vayas para allá, pero English is not necessary. We think or translation exactly like in Spanish to English.
Yes, you're right. We try to do that. We translate from Spanish to English, maybe most of the time. But the only way that you don't translate from your mother tongue to the language you're learning is being familiar with the language, listening all the time. Listen a lot. Listen. You have to listen as much as you can. Try to listen your cell phones, on your laptop. Try to do it every day, every day. If you don't practice, Suleika, you don't practice every day, you will forget. Okay, thank you very much, students.
Okay.
Thank you, teacher.
Looking forward to see you next
Thank you,
session.
teacher. See you.
Have a nice night.
Session.
Good night.
Good
Okay.
night.
Have a
Good
united.
night.
Good night.
Good night, teacher. Thank you. Till next week.
Okay.